What's going on, y'all? My name is Enoch. I'm here to inspire, motivate, and encourage you to be the best version of you that you could possibly be. I know that ain't an easy task, but let's go. Welcome back to Divine Motivation Podcast. Man, I just really appreciate you tuning in, because you could be watching anything, but you decided to tune in. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, Anchor app, all that good stuff, subscribe, share, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to say something that you're going to like, and you're going to be like, you know what? What's the name? Need to hear this. So yeah, send it to them. Follow the Instagram, Divine Motivation _, where I give you motivational videos every single day. Now let's get right to it. All right, we're going to be straightforward today. One thing I want to talk about is focus. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. Just staying focused on the mission or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. Happens to me too. Happens to all of us. But I think a lot of times we cause those, what's the opposite word of focus? Just being unfocused because of the things we allow. For an example, can I just say it like this? Sometimes we need to just mind our business. Seriously. We just be so consumed with what others got going on that we all want to comment on it. We want to say, oh my gosh, why would they do this? Why are they doing that? And it's like, yo, bro, what? Sometimes we just gotta let people be. Just let people be. We cause so much distractions on ourselves, and we get behind because we put too much energy into what other people are doing. I get it. Sometimes you see something and you like, oh my gosh, but sometimes we drag it for days and just be talking about the same thing over and over. We got time. You don't got time to waste. We don't have time to waste. We always want to that. And if you think about what you may be, let's say, quote unquote, complaining about, it won't even really make sense. All right. Okay. I normally don't talk about stuff like this. Okay. So apparently now you can pay for Instagram verifications, right? And it's almost like it's been an uproar for people that's been buying the verifications. Now, at first I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. You can buy it now. Dang, that's crazy. And then people start buying it. I even caught into a second, yo, why are you buying followers? Why are you buying the badge? Blah, blah, nobody, But then I'm like, yo, why do I care? That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your page. And I'm seeing people just why y'all, why are you so focused on what everyone else is doing? We get so distracted. And then I start thinking, I'm like, okay, how do you stop yourself from letting stuff like that be a distraction? So I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, and why do we as people just make things just so worse? Just love to tear people down. So Instagram used to verify people, right? Cool. They would look at you like, oh, you have this amount of followers, you have this much influence, you're famous, you're popular. They would give you a verification. And now we're getting mad at people for buying their own verification. And I took that, I was like, so are we living in a world where we need validation from others before we're considered someone with value? Or should we be validating ourselves first before anybody else could validate us? That's my thinking. I'm like, social media has caused us to turn our minds around to where you're only important once a higher power says you're important. When it's like, no, not higher power as far as like, of course, God, but I'm talking about higher power as far as in the social media or public world. Like, you're supposed to validate yourself. So then I'm start thinking like, yo, like, I may not want to buy a verification, but if you want to buy it, go ahead. More power to you. You believe that you should be valued. You believe you should be verified. Go ahead. Why we bashing people? They're like, you got 100 followers and you getting verified. So what? They think that much of themselves that they want to, so-called, invest in themselves to get a blue check. Let them do that. But it's only valuable when it's given to us by someone with quote unquote status. I'm like, nah, go ahead. We got to get back to having value in ourselves first before we get it from anybody else. We got to start believing in ourselves and who we are first before we start getting we're in a backwards world. You should be able to say like, yo, I'm me. And I'm verifying that. It's like, no. I want to tell you who you are. Then it's okay. Really think about that. That's what we're complaining about? That people are starting to verify themselves? Like I tell you right now, like I'm verified in myself. I'm verified in who I am. I know who God created me to be. I don't need nobody else to tell me that. Somebody saying it is not going to change who I think about it. It's just going to be, oh yeah, I knew that, confirmation. Like in a humble way. Like I'm humble in how I treat people. I'm humble in how I serve God. I'm humble in how I interact. But I'm not humble in how I think about myself. I believe I'm supposed to be great. I believe that, so that means I have to work towards it. I have to do things to better myself. I have to constantly try to be the best version of myself. I have to constantly try to get better in everything and all my crafts and everything that I'm trying to do. Start verifying yourselves now, man. Get out that mindset of, oh, you're not valuable until they say you are. You're valuable. You need to start believing that. You need to start thinking like that. So don't get so caught up with these distractions. Like, and once I got in that mindset, like, yo, I don't even care anymore. Because then you're going to mess around, start scrolling, looking for people. Like, forget about all that. Worry about yourself. Find value in yourself. You are here for a specific reason. It's not a mistake. It's not by accident that you woke up this morning. It's not by accident you watching this video. It's not by accident that I decided to become a motivational speaker. Everything's for a purpose. Everything. So start thinking like that. Start having a mindset of like, yo, let me just get rid of all the distractions. There's going to be distractions that you don't cause on yourself. But at least try to get rid of the distractions that you put on yourself. Get back focused. You have a goal. I know you got a goal. If you're watching this, that means that you know there's more for you. You're not just watching this video for fun. Like, you know there's something inside you. You know that there's more for you. And you're just seeking ways to kind of fuel that motivation. Keep that going. Stay focused. We're going to get distracted here and there, cool, but don't stay there. Be the best version you could possibly be. That's this week's episode. I appreciate you tuning in. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Follow the Instagram, Divine Motivation _ Divine Motivation Podcast, YouTube. Let's keep doing this thing. You have value. I'll see you next week. Peace.